Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Second podcast. I know. When I talked, I said we are going to be having guests on here. But what I'm thinking about doing is trying to do 2 episodes a week. One with a guest, and then one solo pod where it's just me. You might not like that part because nobody likes me. No, I'm just kidding. But we got a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about here today. A lot of stuff going on in the world. Not really in the world at all. Sports. We got TV shows we're going to talk about, a little movie segment, and kind of just, like I said about last time, just the pod, anything and everything. So I appreciate everybody, though, who wasn't very many, but the ones who did text me or hit me up and said that they liked the podcast last week. I really appreciate that. Means a lot. Don't subscribe to the YouTube, follow me, anything you can do to support is great. So the first thing that we are going to get in today, and when I talk about a couple of these things, a couple of these are a couple of days ago. Some things happened, right after the last podcast that I filmed. But the first thing that we're going to talk about today is the Draymond Green altercation. Okay. And there's a lot of stuff that I got to say about this that just gets under my skin. It does. So for people who don't know, who could be listening to this, Draymond Green, the other day when he was playing the Suns, absolutely maxed. I mean, I'm talking about absolutely just full on, just swung. And my thing is, after the game, he got ejected, obviously. I mean, rightfully so. After the game, though, he comes into the press conference and he's talking, oh, he was on my hip. I was trying to get him off. What? Are you silly? Oh, yeah. Let me try to get... You ever heard somebody try to get someone who's on their hip? When I mean on their hip, a hand on their hip. You ever seen somebody turn around and fully melee somebody? No. I mean, just absolute disregard for his behavior. And it was said yesterday, I believe, that maybe it was today, days combined, that he's going to be suspended indefinitely. For people who don't really know what that means, I'm one of them really, so probably not the best person to explain it. I think indefinitely means basically until the league either gives him a set number on how many games he's going to be suspended, or until they tell him when he can return to play. And I mean, in my opinion, you at least got to give him 15. You at least got to give him 15. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the NBA is soft now. I enjoy watching it still, more players. But I have started picking up on OKC Thunder. But it's, it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. It's entertaining. But it's like we're playing basketball. We're playing basketball. We're not in the MMA. We're not in the WWE. We're playing basketball, okay? And to see someone do that in a basketball game is like, what are you doing? And it's not like this is his first time. I mean, he was just suspended for putting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold. I mean, in a full-on chokehold. It's not like you're trying to grab somebody, pull them away from the situation. You're putting them in a chokehold in basketball. I mean, what the hell are you doing? So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like 15 games. Oh my God, I need whatever. 15 games. I feel like you gotta give a minimum 15 games. It's minimum 15. I'm sorry, but if you're not giving him 15 games, what are you doing? He's just gonna keep doing it. You give him 2, you give him 5. whatever. He's on vacation. He might not be getting paid, but he's on vacation. You got to give him 15. You got to give him 15. I'm sorry. You got to give him 15. You have to. It's just watching that is just like, I mean, it's the words that come out are, what the hell are you thinking? Like, what's going through your mind that's telling you this guy, yeah, he's on my hip. Let me turn around 360, smack him in the noggin during a basketball game. Ridiculous. Then I want to say on maybe Wednesday night, I believe so. Wednesday night, I believe so. Giannis went for a historical night, putting up, I believe, 64 points with a bunch of, rebounds and assists. And after the game, there was an altercation that went on in a conversation with Giannis and Tyrese Halliburton, who, great player, really coming into his shoes, because they took Giannis's game ball, supposedly. And some audio came out of inside. I mean, Giannis took on at a dead sprint. I mean, you would have thought this dude was a gazelle running from a lion, right? You would have thought this dude, no. Let's just say he was the lion chasing the gazelle. This dude took off. One of the security or managers on the team, somebody, is holding him back like they're on a bobsled. Like they're getting pulled by a pack of dogs, of huskies in the Himalayan mountains. I mean, this dude's holding on for dear life. He got no idea what's going on, and Giannis is just in a dead sprint towards their locker room. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? And they took his ball. It was on purpose. Don't try to get me. Don't try to give me the shit of, oh, they didn't know. They just, they knew what they were doing. Come on. You know what you're doing. Come on. That's ridiculous. And then I saw one tweet from somebody that said that the reason why they took the game ball was to give to Oscar Tshiebwe for scoring his first NBA points. Okay. I'm the biggest Kentucky fan, you know. I love me some Oscar. But are we serious? I think he put up 1 point. One? We're giving the game all the way to that guy? And not the dude who just broke the franchise record of scoring points for a single game? Are we serious? Are we serious? So, I mean, that's just... They knew what they were doing. That's the end of story. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew what their intentions were. They knew. Sorry, don't give me the bullshit of, oh, we forgot, but it was his ball. It was stop. You're big mad. You're mad that your team got pummeled by someone who runs down the court at full speed, and there's not a single thing that you can do to stop him. There's not. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't stop him. It's just like it's like a freight train. When you ever seen, let me talk to you real quick. Let me talk, okay? You ever seen a train on train tracks, right? And a car gets stuck on those train tracks, right? A car gets stuck right on the train track. The person gets out of the car. That train, it doesn't stop. It doesn't. When it hits the car, the car doesn't stop the train. The train just keeps going. Just keeps going. That's what Giannis is. When he's running, when he's galloping down the court, right, like a thoroughbred horse, when it takes him like 4 steps to get down the court. 4, I swear. 4 steps. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. And so, I mean, it's fine. Your team's angry that you can't stop another person. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, I'm about to just hold on. Anthony. Oh shit! Got a big ass head. Anthony, I'm sorry. I'm putting on your hat, dude. I got to. I can't. This hair, it's bothering me. There we go. Looky there. But last thing I'm gonna say is, the Pacers knew what they were doing. The Pacers knew taking that ball was going to start a ruckus. I would have been mad too. Okay, I would have been mad too if that happened to me. Okay, I would have been mad too. And one of the funniest clips I've seen from that night is Giannis is checking out. I think maybe in the fourth quarter or something. He's checking out of the game, right? He's going to the bench, and when he's getting out, he's already got like 50 something, and he's checking out, and everyone's giving him, everyone's clapping for him. Everyone's going crazy, and his brother checks in, and his brother thinks that, at least it looks like it, that they're clapping for him. I mean, this guy goes like this and like does like a slight wave to the crowd, and everyone's like, what's this goober doing? I mean, this guy doesn't get PT. He's on the team because of Giannis. Great brotherly love for Giannis doing that. The kid, have you seen him play? No, because he doesn't play. He doesn't play. I just thought that was hilarious, though. I was sitting in my bed like I always do because I have no life, and I was watching that, and it was just like, I was like, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Your brother's having a historic night, and you think that they're cheering you because you checked in? For you to go 0 for 3, maybe 1 or 2 assists, they're not doing it because of you. Okay. The next thing that we're gonna go over is we're gonna go over the schedule for this Saturday, which is so weird to think of. Saturday and Sunday games that are happening this week for the NFL. And we'll do the Monday night game as well. So first game on the slate that we're going to be looking at, Vikings-Bengals, 1:00 tomorrow. I will be in attendance to that game. I'm not a Bengals fan, not a Vikings fan, Broncos, but I will be in attendance. So might have to get some bets going on that one. I've got Vikings. You're coming in with a quarterback who's 16th string. I mean, I don't know for the Vikings. And you got a Jake Browning, I think is his name, who's coming off hot. He's playing hot right now. I think the Vikings are going to have an upset. There's just something in my bones. There's that, when you get that tingle, right? When you're like, when you get that little, makes you want to kind of shimmy and shake. That's what I'm getting. I got Vikings. And we're going quick on this. I'm not getting into too much detail. This is just initial thought who I think's winning. Okay. Steelers, Colts. I'm going Steelers tomorrow. I think Steelers are going to bring it in. I'm going Steelers. Broncos, Lions. Whew, huge game for us because it's a huge game. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Obviously got Broncos. It'll be a tough game. Got Broncos. Giants at Saints. Saints are going to win. Never mind. Scratch everything I just said because I forgot about Mr. Italian Stallion of the Giants. I got Giants. Whatever the over is, I'm picking it too. I don't care. Then we got Bears at Browns. Browns are winning. Bears are terrible. Bears are terrible. Justin Fields is never going to fit in there. Bears are terrible. Sorry. Falcons, Panthers. I'm going Falcons. Bucks, Packers. Going Bucks. Chiefs at Patriots. Going Chiefs. Hate to say going Chiefs. Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins. After a rough loss to the Titans, Dolphins are gonna come back, get a win over the shitty ass Jets. Texans at the Titans. I think that the Titans are gonna win this game, and I think that this is a really big game for for the Texans, but I think the Titans are going to pull this one off. I do. 49ers at Cardinals. That's not a question. Brock Purdy, too many weapons around him. They're not losing that game. Commanders at Rams. I'm going Rams. Both teams are just disappointing. But I'm going Rams. Cowboys at Bills. Cowboys are going to get the win. I don't have too much problem with Cowboys. I think I'm not a Cowboy hater, I would say. I'm going Cowboys. Ravens at Jaguars. I think this is going to be the game of the day tomorrow. I think this is going to be the game of the day tomorrow. I know I just said Cowboys Bills, but I think this is going to be a better game. I think that the Cowboys are going to win by double digits against the Bills, and I think that the Ravens and Jaguars is going to be a really good game. Now, I know Trevor Lawrence has just got, shot up with a bunch of drugs, and I don't know what he's on to be able to play right now, but I think that the Ravens are going to be able to pull it off, but I think the Jags are just going to keep it a really close game. Now, all of these picks that I'm making right now are probably terrible. So do not get mad at me when none of these hit. Okay? This is just my opinion. Okay? Then we got Monday night game, Eagles at Seahawks. Listen. Eagles are going to win, but I think Seahawks, I don't know. I think it'll be a decent game. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll be a decent game. That's all I really got to say about that one. So that's kind of the schedule that's happening. Should be an interesting day. I got to be up early tomorrow for this game, 10:30. Or no, I'm going to be up like 9:45. Whatever. Next thing we're going to talk about here is season 2 of The Reacher. Okay? Just came out last night. I can't wait to tune in. I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to start watching it. Give my initial opinions on the next pod about what I thought about the show so far. I'm not going to finish it. I don't have anything else to do in my life. But I think it's going to be really good. I really like season 1. I thought season 1 was really good. I know a lot of people. What's his name? Alan Richson, the guy who plays Jack Reacher in the show. Everybody knows him from Blue Mountain State. But I actually think that he's a good actor in this show. I haven't seen a lot of his other stuff. I'm really, really excited to watch that tonight. So I think that'll be a really good show. I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be good. Okay. Now to get into the juicy stuff. Kung Fu Panda 4 just dropped their trailer. Okay. Now, I'm talking to you about the Kung Fu Panda series. It is one of the best series of all time. All time. One of the best series of all time. Not exaggerating. So if you have a problem with it, we can have problems with it. Okay? I think, now, I saw this trailer when it first came out. Okay? From my initial watching of the trailer, you don't see Tigress. You don't see a Mantis. You see none of the 5 OGs. And let me tell you something right now. If I go into this movie theater when this comes out on March 8th, 2024, if I walk into the theater and I watch the movie and they are not in the movie at all, I'm pulling the fire alarm. I'm yelling fire in the movie theater. I don't care, because if they're not in the movie, there's no movie. I'm sorry. Yeah, great. Master Shifu. We've got him in there. We've got the 1'1" rodent there. Congrats. I don't really care. Love Shifu. He's not enough. Okay. Obviously, we have Poe, the GOAT. People kind of say me and him are similar. Not in like size, but like fighting skills. Like we're both kind of, you know what I mean? We both have the same technique. I get resembled to that a lot. At least that's what people say. It's because of my fighting style. That's what they say. Now that I think about it, it might be the size thing more. But Poe's in it, great. He's OG, number one character. You can't have a movie really without the side primary character. You can't have a film. You can't have a Kung Fu Panda 4 without the 5. It's getting me choked up because you can't do it. You can't. And if they do it, if it happens, I'm walking outside, right? I'm walking outside and I am seeing the first fat kid I see. First fat kid. And he's just getting right across the face. I swear. As soon as I walk out of that movie theater and they're not in the movie, the first fat kid I see is just getting an elbow straight to the face because you can't do that. So now that's from the trailer, the first trailer. They could just be playing with us, right? They could just be like, ooh, got your, you know what I mean? Like, got your nose, whatever, like kind of playing with the gooch a little bit. You know, they could be doing that. But if they're for real about it, there's going to be serious issues that I'm going to have to, I don't even want to talk about what's going to happen if they're not in it. So that's something that has kind of caught my attention, not in a good way. And it's kind of been upsetting to me, actually, to see that. So I guess, it's one of those things we'll have to see. We'll have to see what really happens. And I mean, it's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one. But, I saw a video the other day online, right? And it really warmed my heart. It was a grandma crossing the street. Her bag fell. Stuff's falling all in the street, everywhere. The guy gets out of his car. He stops. He holds up. He says, "Hold on. I don't care if there's people. Hold on." He gets out of his car and he goes out and helps her pick up everything and then walks her all the way back across the street. I don't see that enough anymore. I don't see it enough. You don't see enough anymore these acts of kindness that are being shown on a day-to-day basis. You don't, because the world is so angry, right? The world is just mad, okay? Whether it's about politics, whether it's about their life, sports. Listen, I'm a part of it. I'm angry all the time, right? But you don't see people on a day-to-day basis helping others. And when I saw that video, there was a tear that came down my eye. I'm not joking. There was a tear that came down my eye because I know if that was my grandma and somebody did that for her, utmost respect. Utmost respect. And then my head starts spiraling, right? It starts spiraling. It's like maybe the reason that her bag fell and she didn't have someone to help pick it up for her, her husband wasn't there, maybe he died in a car crash. That's what my mind goes to. That's how messed up I am. I'm like, maybe she was walking alone because her whole family died in a tornado. Did it happen? I don't know, because I don't know her, but that's where my head goes. That's where these thoughts start just rambling and running and just going. I go to the worst possible scenario. The worst possible scenario. Right? Like the other night, I'm in my house. I'm looking for my keys. I'm like, what's going on? I'm looking for them. Where are my keys? right? My head starts going. I lost them. They're at Tyler's house. Oh my gosh, they're at the Mexican restaurant. Where are my keys? Where are they? It's like, have you ever opened your fridge and you're looking for the sriracha? And it takes you 10 minutes to find the sriracha. And the sriracha was sitting right in the front of the refrigerator, right? It's because it's like when you're looking for something, you kind of over glance the things that are right in front of you, right? I finally find my keys. You want to know where they were? Sitting on my table where I was sitting at when I first wondered, where are my keys? Right in front of me. Right in front of me. And my head goes to all these places that's like, what the hell is going on? What? They're gone. They're gone. Somebody broke in the house while I was sitting here. I didn't see them. They took it. They're gone. My car's probably out of here. Everything's done for. God help me. That's those little things that I'm sometimes like, what is wrong with me? You like really sit down and you're like, what? Why does my brain go to these things? Why? But that's what makes people who they are. That's what kind of makes people different. And trust me, I'm different, I don't think I'm like, I don't think I'm on the spectrum, right? I don't think I'm on the spectrum, but there's something up here that's just scrambled. You know what I mean? Like, instead of God being like, let's put it like this, right? Everyone, he's making their brains, he's making their personality, right? And if you don't believe in God, that's whatever, cool. Hey, still rocking with you. Just my opinion, right? This is just say God is, or whoever. They're making us, right? They're making us, they're forming us, they're putting our bodies together, and then it comes to the brain. And they're like, okay, one cracked egg, his brain, right? The brains of the cracked egg. Okay, this guy cracked egg, his brain, right? They just drop a cracked egg in there, his brain, her brain, whatever, whoever's brain. And then they got to me, right? Then they got to me. And he goes, cracked egg, just plops it in there. And then somebody came up with a fork or a knife and was like, nah, I don't want poached egg. I don't want, or whatever they're called. I want it scrambled, and just scrambled everything in there. And so that's what I think happened. There's something off with me. I feel like there's got to be something off with you in general if you're talking to a camera, especially by yourself. But hey, I enjoy doing it, right? Definitely something wrong with me. But, I'd rather be like this than like a lot of other people who are just like this. Who are just little hermit crabs, right? Who just stay down here, never come out, never say a word, never can talk to anybody. And I'm not judging those people. I'm just glad I'm like how I am, right? I'm glad that I'm me. And I think that's what people kind of forget sometimes is you got to be you. And I know there's a bunch of people out there who are judging me making this podcast. They're like, this guy sucks. This guy's, this guy looks like an Oompa Loompa that's 6 foot, all these things. This guy looks like Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. All these people are saying these things. And you just got to be like, right? You got to have that poker face. But it's not even just a face. It's got to be your whole mindset. You can't let it affect you. right? You can't let what people think affect you. And I think that's what people struggle with sometimes with social media, with everything. You struggle so much for approval, right? From people who you don't even know. You edit photos on Instagram, you do this, you do that, you do all this for people who you don't even know to give you flowers. And I wouldn't want someone who I don't know to give me flowers if I'm not being myself. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of brings me to a different point here. Well, so to end that, be yourself, right? Don't let other people affect you. Now, what I'm going to transition into this, and this might be controversial, okay? This might be controversial, but go ahead and let it, okay? I'm not saying this is just girls who do this, right? I just think you see it more in girls, okay? You go on your average, right? Your average chick from high school's Instagram page. She's got maybe 1,500 followers. She's got maybe 2,500 followers. She's got maybe, say she's popping, right? Say she's lit. Say she's got that poon poon popping, right? She's bougie a little. She's like, oh, that girl popular, right? She got 5K followers. She only following 37 because she thinks she's it. She's not. But you see all this, right? You see all these people with these followers, right? You see all this, see all them with followers, and you go to their pictures, right? You go to their pictures, and they've got, whoa, what's going on? Whoa, hey, what's going on? Okay, iPad almost died, and they've got like 450 likes with like 68 comments. 68 comments. Okay, you go to a guy's. He's got maybe 800 followers, you know what I mean? Just like the dogs, just the bros, maybe like 1,200, maybe 2K. You know, he's got decent amount. He'll get like 100 likes on a photo. He'll get like 3 comments, and it's like, you'll see like the fire emoji. This one of his bros commented. You'll see the dog emoji, like that dude's a dog, right? You'll see like 4 comments, right? You go to that girl's, you see 60 something comments. Okay. Every single comment is, oh my God, Slay, you look so beautiful. Pop that. Yes. Girl, I know you got that WAP. What? Turn me up. New era, new you. What? You didn't need him. Like, you see all this stuff. And I'm not saying that you can't be positive. I think positivity is great. I think there's not enough positivity in the world. But there's a difference between good positivity and lying to somebody. Okay? Because you'll see all these comments of girls who will comment all this stuff, right, on how this girl looks. And that's not really what they feel. That's not really what they think. And I think it is okay sometimes to be brutally honest. I need it in my life, right? I need people to tell me, even though it might hurt, I need someone to say, Manning, you look like the Pillsbury Doughboy, right? That motivates me, right? I need someone to be like, well, listen, you look like a cup of pudding, right? I need that. Maybe not everyone does, but I need it. Okay. And what I would just, it's the line, because there's no way that LaShonda, Teresa, Tiffany, Brittany, there's no way that all these people, and it happens with guys too, all these people who comment, I've heard them talk shit. I've heard them talk trash about that person. And then to comment and like act like you're like real, it's just so fake. It's so fake. It's so fake. Right? I would rather, if I posted a picture and I was looking busted, I'd rather somebody comment be like, bro, you need to delete this. Like, you need to scratch it, throw it out, delete it, right? I want that instead of somebody being like, damn, you look hella good. Like, no. And it just bothers me. I think it happens in all social media. It's just like the fakeness. It's not even, like I said, not girls, not even girls. I think it happens a little bit more with girls. It happens with guys too. Just people saying stuff that they really, it's not them being real about. They're being fake, right? They're trying to act like, oh, they're so nice. They're being, they're there for you. Like, that's your girl. That's your, that's your bro. No, it's the fakeness. And it comes with social media, right? It comes with social media because you look back on whenever the first camera was made, right? Let's take it back to that, right? Let's take it back to that. And this thing fly. You didn't see people when cameras were first made, like how I don't know if that's how they did it, right? You didn't see them. It'd be like if they did that back then and they didn't have social media and they just put every picture that they'd taken on their body, right? They put it on their chest, all on them, and just walked around like a personal profile. Just like that. Walked around, and then people walk by like, oh, I love that picture. Like, oh my gosh, like, no way. Is that the new butter churner? Right? Like, how'd you get that? You're so popping for having the new butter churner. No, they wouldn't be doing that, right? We wouldn't be doing that. And social media, I think it's great and I think it's bad. If we didn't have social media, I wouldn't be able to upload these rants, right? I wouldn't be able to go into these long made things and be able to post how I feel. That's why I like social media. But I think social media also tries to paint a picture. I mean, you follow all these influencers, you follow all these people who are, the Kim K's, the stuff like that. And it's, I'm not judging them, but it's like you try to base your life on theirs. And it's like, you're not Kim K, right? You're not. You didn't marry Kanye, right? You don't have kids that are named, East, West, South, and North. You don't. Okay. And so stop trying to base reality on those types of people because that is out of the norm. Now, good for those people. Great for them. The fact that they have found success like that, wonderful. I hope one day I can get there. Hope one day that people can find what makes them happy and do it. But to try to make it seem like that's why I think a lot of people are spoiled. You see all these things and you're like, oh, I want that. They have that. Why can't I have that? It's like, you got to be realistic sometimes with life. And sometimes those people with those types of lifestyles, it's not unrealistic. It's just out of the norm a little bit for the average person. So to try to relate yourself to them, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. And, it's just, so I think that's why social media is bad because it gives you that outlook that you see everybody's life is like that and it's not. You know what I mean? Everyone can put on a happy face on a photo and inside just be beat up mentally. And so what I would say is my point, I know I'm rambling. That's what I do on here. For people to be honest, right? For people to be honest with how they feel about others, give them their honest opinion. I'm not saying be an asshole about it. I'm not saying be mean. I'm saying be a dick about it. But just be honest on how you actually feel in a respectful manner, right? In a respectful manner, be able to talk to people, even if you want to be nice and you know that you need to give them the brutal, honest truth, please give them that brutal, honest truth because it goes a lot longer, damn, I can't speak. It goes a lot longer than being fake to somebody. It really does. So that is what I would say to end that point. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. It's a lot of stuff to talk about. And I love the talk. So that's why I'm glad that I get this platform, even if it's with 25, 30 subscribers, to be able to post this. Probably nobody watches it, but it gives me an outlet sometimes to be able to just talk. And that's my passion, talking about stuff that I love to talk about and that makes me happy. So I'm going to continue doing what makes me happy, right? Now, when you sit back, right, and you really lay everything out and picture it, okay? You really put it all out in front of you, okay? Like, I feel like having, like, just think about, would you rather have no arms or no legs? Because it's a hard topic. And I'm not saying this to make, jokes to anybody who is in that type of scenario. Feel terrible for you. But, like, what do you think would be worse? Because personally, I feel like legs would. No, I think arms. I think arms would be worse. Because you can't, like, I'm going arms. I want you guys, if anybody's still listening to this point, you give me your opinion on that. I'm saying arms is worse. That's what I'm thinking. I'd love to hear others' opinions. And yeah, I mean, it's a tough one to think about. Anyone too going through something like that? Well, not going through something, because you can't really come back from that. Oof, that's a bad way to put it. Anybody who, unfortunately, something like that has happened to, my prayers towards you. But yeah, that'd be tough. That'd be tough, wouldn't it? That'd be tough. Man. Well, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Next time, I'm working on a couple guests to get on here. I'm not sure quite yet if one of them is going to pull through. I'm still kind of working out the details with them, but I think it's going to be a pretty big interview. A lot more serious of an interview, but I think it's going to be a really big one if I can get it, if the person, if everything works out with that. But it's been great. It's been a great time so far, and appreciate you guys tuning in to Anything and Everything with your host, Manning Baker. And I will hope to see you guys on the next podcast. And if you're tuning in, subscribe. I know it sounds corny, like, subscribe. You get what I'm saying. Just show love, right? All right. You guys have a great night, day, whenever you're listening to this. If you're in the shower, if you're in the bathtub, if you're making love while you're watching this. They say this is a great podcast to do that too. They say if you're making love, hearing Manning Baker in the background is pretty soothing. But you guys have a great time. See you guys next time.